There was one day not too long ago, in the evening after work, and I was around here, and I started feeling a little restless, a little tension. My heart felt a little racy. Wasn't quite sure what's going on, and I just something just didn't feel right. And I was thinking, it's a little later than normal for my son to be home from work, and I went to work before he did that day, and he gets picked up. Then I started thinking, what if he's laying down in his bed dead because I don't know, because he didn't go to work and I don't know that he didn't go to work. And then my heart was beating and I was very upset. And I ended up calling him and he was like, "Yeah, we're on our way home from work. We're just running a little behind today. Traffic was bad." Great, just great, right? But once I talked to him, I started to relax, calm down. My chest didn't feel as tight, and then waited for him to get home. And that right there is an anxiety attack. And up to 54% of perimenopausal women report experiencing significant anxiety. Hi, I'm Kim. I'm your menopause rebel dietitian, helping you do menopause your way so you feel more like yourself again and with a rebel spirit. Today, we're going to talk about midlife anxiety. Obviously, what is happening, why it's happening, and what you can do to help alleviate your anxiety. So, what the heck is going on? Anxiety attacks can build gradually, like mine did, where I just felt this slow coming on, stressing, or they can just come on quickly. But they're all often linked to other stressors in our life. So, you begin to feel some tension, worry, fatigue, and as you become more aware, you start to feel your chest tighten, have the difficulty breathing, your heart is racing, that adrenaline is going, and you get this overwhelming sense of dread almost sometimes. And because your brain doesn't like uncertainty, it tries to explain what it's feeling. So it's going to start telling you all these stories, and the stories are going to make you spiral. Your adrenaline is pumping, your heart is thumping, and even feeling a little bit panicky. At some point, your brain and your body get a signal, and that might be stepping away, someone reassuring you, like my phone call to my child, or sometimes your body just naturally starts to settle in. And when all that happens, your nervous system begins to calm, your breathing slows, and your body starts to relax. But here's the kicker, you're in midlife, and that brings a whole new set of crazy to the mix. We have hormones gone wild here, and your nervous system is already on edge, and so it can react faster. Estrogen plays a key role in regulating serotonin, which is our feel good brain chemical. So when your estrogen starts fluctuating, your mood swings with it. And we get some wild mood swings, don't we? Progesterone is now decreasing, and that's your natural calming hormone, helps us relax, sleep, and feel less anxious. Now we're sleeping lighter, waking more often, and we're not feeling as rested, which makes it even harder to regulate stress and emotions. Now, when you're one of those 54%, let's talk about what to do to get your body to that safe place faster. And I'd like to say, be here now. Focus on the here and now. And I know sometimes that's very hard. And sometimes I just have to sit there and say, be here now, be here now, be here now. Because if we let ourselves think into the future, think into the past, we focus on what may have been bad, what may have it makes us feel guilty, or what may, and I'm very good. I can like plan for every bad situation in the future. So all that's spiraling in my head. So be here now. Focus on what we can deal with in the here and the now in the moment. So once you're here in the moment, you're going to focus on calming your body, giving it that safe signal. And sometimes that takes a lot to deal with in the middle of that panicky, adrenaline flowing moment. One of the things you can do some breath work, breathing. Do an inhale for 4 through your nose and exhale for 6 to 8 through your mouth. And just continue to do this for 2 to 3 minutes. Do a psychological sigh. Inhale through your nose and then quick second inhale to top it off, and then a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Try doing some grounding, a body touch. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, doing some slow breathing and putting that pressure, slight pressure. Just give your body time to feel its safeness. Go do cold water. That activates the reset switch in our nervous system. So go splash some cold water on your face, hold something cold, grab some ice cubes, put them around your neck, step outside if it's a Michigan winter. Go step outside and let that cool air hit you. And that's just going to totally switch off that nervous system. Another, it's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding exercise. 5 things you can see. What do you see? A lamp, the window, my hands, my cup. What can you see? 5 things that are right here in the moment. 4 things you can feel. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel how your clothes feel, even your skin, the chair supporting you, your hands touching each other. What are you feeling in that moment? 3 things you can hear. Listen beyond the noise that's going on in your head. And sometimes that's hard getting past it because I love to spiral. But what can you hear? Like right now, I hear the birds outside. Maybe you hear traffic or the sirens. Even if it's your own breathing, just focus on what can you hear. And then 2 things that you can smell. What are you smelling? Do you smell lotion? Do you smell coffee? Do you smell the trash in your house? What are you smelling? Or think of a smell if nothing is obvious. Last, 1 thing you can taste. Sip of water, your gum, your dinner. Just notice what is in your mouth feeling. And as you're focusing on all that, you're taking away from that spiral you have going on up here, right? Once you've gotten the body to feel safe, you just want to let this feeling exist without forcing an explanation. Because when our body feels unsafe, it wants to find a reason. And when that mental spiral starts, it's just grabbing for something. It wants to know what's going on. So let go of that need to know what is going on. Don't label it. Don't give it any judgment. It's not bad. It's not a why am I like this? There's no fixing. Just sit in the moment and just let it be. And give yourself some space to rest. You're going to create a pause so the spiral doesn't restart. So that can be stepping away from the situation, whether you need to walk out of the room, walk out of the house, leave wherever you are, get yourself out of that situation. And really try not to make any decisions during that time. Just give your body, your nervous system time to just reset into a relaxed state. And then if you need that support, talk to someone who you trust. Sometimes you just need someone to remind you what's real and that you're not crazy. Because I know sometimes I need somebody to tell me that. And then start paying attention. Once you're into that calm mode, things aren't spiraling, get a little bit curious about what may have been happening just before or what had been going on with your day that maybe triggered that. What had you just done before? Could there have been caffeine or alcohol, poor sleep, busy schedules, blood sugar swings? Who knows? What might have been happening in that time before you had that? And really pay attention to that because as we learn from that, we might catch ourselves a little bit sooner later on. Like, oh yeah, man, I had a lot of caffeine this afternoon. Maybe I need to think about that sort of thing. Those are some of the things you can try to get that. And now you know what's going on, why it's going on, and how to relieve an anxiety attack. So the next time, you can get yourself out of there quicker.